Yeah, we ended up taking a writing class from one of the main writers from Key and Peele.
I remember that.
And he's just about like the mini pots thing. You know, like if you make a lot of pots, one of them are going to be dope. But if you're trying to make the perfect pot, you're going to freeze. And even in our classes, he's just writing sketches in 30 seconds and they all seem like hitters to me.
Yeah, and he throws it away.
Hello and welcome back to another heartfelt episode of Bart from the Heart, which is a segment that was created by Bart Kwan, where he made all these questions that kind of force you to go into a much deeper way of thinking, not as jokey, very thinky, and because of that,
And feely,
yeah, and very feely,
Really hearty.
and because of that, it's only fair that whoever's answering gets to take the entire episode to flesh those thoughts out. Today, we're going to ask Bart himself one of his own questions. And I like this question for you because you actually have a son. But the question that you wrote here is, if you can only pass one lesson to your child,
One lesson, bitch.
what would that lesson be? And as the second parter, how did you learn that lesson?
Damn.
But let's say, like, out of everything that you could possibly teach Taika, yeah, you can only pick one that you know will guarantee reach his mind and he'll adopt it.
Yeah.
100%. What would that lesson be?
What did Nick say?
Nick said self-awareness. Nick was about self-awareness.
It's a bad one, though.
Self-awareness
That was
is
such a-
really good.
That was such a good one.
Say something bravery, like bravery or something. Bravery.
Say like discipline.
Perseverance.
You schedule everything.
Squatting.
Schedule.
Proper deadlift form.
Deadlift form.
Save his lower back.
I guess, yeah, you can. I mean, at least you're already at a head start. There's lessons he's already learned. But, like, if there was one that you could solidify for the rest of his life, this will be part of his
Current
creed.
lessons are like, don't dump the full shampoo into the bathtub. That's what his current lessons are.
But that's gonna go with him for a very long time.
Cause he'll like just he's telling him to go take a shower and then he's in there for like 30 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I go in there and I pull the curtain and he rubbed fucking shampoo all over the fucking wall. It's like foaming everywhere. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Have you showered yet? No. I'm like, God damn it. You're just having a party in there. What's going nuts?
That is very much your son, sir.
Responsible shampoo use. I know.
I'm like, dude, did you use the whole thing? Yeah. I'm like, what the hell?
It's really funny to imagine you getting a genie's wish and you just were like, just make him not dump the whole shampoo. Like any trait your kid could have.
That's my first wish.
I guess you'd have to pick one that would make sense and that it was like applied through his entire life, all phases, right?
Okay.
Awareness.
So I think the one that I really want, the lesson I would want to pass on is, it sounds cliche. And I think because it's so cliche, most people don't believe in it.
Oh,
I think it's your life is in your control.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Because like, so for example, right now he finally had his like, I've never heard him say it, but he's actually said like, this is what I want to be when I grow up. You know, when people say that. And then I think a lot of kids his age, when I was his age, you just say like, not something based off passion, but just what you have an interest in. So I was like, I want to be Army man or whatever, right? Yeah, astronaut. He told me he wants to be a stand-up comedian.
That's hilarious.
So I was like, oh shit. I'm like, that's fucking sick. And I think there's a lot of people out there that have like those type of dreams that not necessarily have that like ladder laid out.
right.
And so when they don't see the ladder, they're just like, let me go somewhere else where I see the ladder because it's much easier. But whether or not you see the ladder, there is one for everything. So I want him to know that, or the lesson I want to pass on to him is that everything that you want, there is a ladder. Some of them are preset and some of them you have to make yourself, but it's not one is better or even easier than the other.
Uh-huh.
And so he's already starting to ask like the right questions, which is kind of cool. He's like how old do I have to be to do stand-up comedy? And I was like, you have to be old enough to hold and captivate an adult audience. So I was like, right now you might say poo poo pee pee and your friends are laughing. But I'm like, but if you have a 50-year-old guy that paid like $20 to get in,
Poop and pee don't go cut
it's
it.
not gonna
Two
cut
drink
it.
minimum? Come on.
I'm like, you need to be able to hold like adult concepts, you know? And I told him like my favorite comedian, Dave Chappelle, he started doing comedy when he was 15,
Yeah.
but he was able to captivate an audience, an adult audience.
Yeah.
And I hope, so I never also don't want to be the Asian tiger parent where like I'm like dragging him to do whatever. So I always want to be like side by side with him. But if he ever gets there, I hope I'm the parent that like drives him to the comedy clubs and he gets to do it and come out and and I'm just side by side with him as he's going through his own journey. But that's like the main lesson, and like being able to take any big goal, reverse engineer everything to smaller steps, and then just taking every small step. And then every small step reassessing, did this small step throw me to the side or did it launch me forward? And then constantly do that. And I think you can do that with anything, you know?
Yeah.
Becoming a billionaire or what Elon Musk is doing, going to space.
I think the idea that you said where like your life is in your control, I think that key thought does lend itself to lots of assets in how you live, especially blaming others for your shortcomings. When you look at your life that it's in your control, you're not going to be like, oh, I failed because of him or because of that or because of
Taking
this.
accountability.
Yeah, accountability is a big part.
Yeah.
I think accountability at an early age is such good growth because then they know that they can control their outcomes by solving problems.
Yeah.
They're not helpless. They're not like, well, it is what it is,
The
bro.
system's against me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like, oh, the man is holding me down. But like, you're the man, actually.
Yeah. Right.
You're the man.
And even if they are, it's like, well, figure out how to get out of it.
Figure out how to be the man.
Yeah.
Hold him down. Yeah, I think that's a very versatile lesson to teach him.
Because I feel like
You
a
can
lot of
accomplish anything if you understand the ladder to that goal.
Yeah.
It's not like an impossible feat.
Do you remember how you were able to have that lesson for yourself? Like at what point did you learn that and was convinced that like, oh, that's valuable to have?
I think I had to learn that through JK, and I think it was an accident.
Oh.
And I think it's a happy accident paired with the ignorance of like a 20-year-old person, and I think that was the perfect recipe. Because like if I think about like I try to start JK now or even in my 30s, I think you're just too realistic, too cynical, and like even now when people go like they come to me and they go like oh, I want to start social media, whatever, you know, in my mind my first go-to like, dude, it's fucking saturated. If you don't have a unique voice, you're done.
yeah.
You know, when me and Joe started, there was like, I don't know, maybe 100 of us, so it's easier to make a lot of noise.
Dude, that's
right
crazy.
now you got fucking millions.
Yeah.
So like I think it was like the ignorance part, the happy accident, and also the passion, because I think without passion you don't really have like gasoline in your vehicle to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And then you kind of like, we were kind of almost doing a path with no ladder, because no one even knew what a like successful YouTuber was like. And
There's no blueprint.
yeah, and the ignorance part was like, I don't even know if that mattered. You know, like I don't even know what to compare it to. Now you go, oh, Logan Paul or like Mr. Beast, I get it. But back then it was just like, I don't even know what that meant.
I remember a time though when that realization happened to Bart. He was gonna go to medical school at the time, and then when he decided not to, this actually gave me a mental like breakthrough. Like, oh, that's true. It's when you said, hey, like, what if I just apply the same type of intensity and work ethic that everyone does for medical school, but for entertainment or like YouTube? And he goes, like, to be honest, like, because we were like, yeah, like a lot of creatives, they're fucking lazy, and a lot of people we saw like that were, you know, at the time kind of are superior, like they've been in the game. They're like Asian Film Festival doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
And you saw how they worked. They barely did shit. Like literally. And then I was like, no wonder you're not making it. Like, how many auditions are you doing? How many, like, some people, they were well-deserved, they made it, and some people, they didn't, right? But a lot of people that were complaining in entertainment, what the clear observation was, you're not fucking doing anything to practice, you're not doing shit. So then it's like, yeah, when you're like, let's apply that same energy as if we're going to medical school. Look at how hard they work for medical school, you know? And then so I was like, yeah. So then we hit JK fucking hard. Every Sunday there's a skit. So I think that was one of the things is like, even if you're an idiot, you're gonna get somewhere with that work
That
ethic.
makes sense. Apply the effort you would have put somewhere else.
In the like he's like, yeah, the medical school's hard, but apply your entertainment, stand-up comedy, whatever it is, with that work ethic. And I don't know if you even remember, but
I don't even remember saying it, but I'm glad Joe remembered. I'm glad we did it.
no, but that was
we did it though.
that was kind of like next level for me because I think creatives, we work on inspiration.
Yeah.
We work when it feels like it. So inspiration might not hit for like 3 months, but then you're like, nah, no matter what, we're writing every week, we're taking classes, we're gonna approach it like it's medical school.
Yeah, our schedule was so Joe's working full time, I was working part time.
Yeah.
And so Monday through Friday we met I think from 7 till 11 at night because that was the only time we had. And then on the weekends we'd film both days, whether we're sick or not. We're just filming. We're gonna have to film.
Damn.
And we did that for a whole year to get the channel like up and running, where both me and Joe could quit our jobs.
And that whole year was a low-paying year, right?
Super low paying. Yeah, no paying for us.
That's tight.
But we started paying for video and like to
the
like
services.
get the team going. But it was like we didn't pay ourselves for like a whole year, and then wrote 5 days a week, and then filmed Saturday, Sunday.
But Bart designed like a schedule work style for us to approach it like we were gonna be doctors. So I was like, damn, like, yeah, that's true. But then when you think of a creative back then, you go, oh, but that's not the lifestyle though. You gotta wait for inspiration. You can't manufacture
Right,
inspiration. But like, yeah, it was. And then when we met professionals, remember like Rich Child Rico, the writers for SNL, all that. They actually work like that. They write scripts, 5 scripts a day. And we're just like,
Damn.
and then musicians, like, like they're cranking out music.
Cranking it out, yeah.
It's volume.
Yeah, we ended up taking a writing class from one of the main writers from Key and Peele.
I remember that.
And he's just about like the mini pots thing. Like if you make a lot of pots, one of them are gonna be dope. But if you're trying to make the perfect pot, you're gonna freeze. And even in our classes, he's just writing sketches in 30 seconds, and they all seem like hitters to me.
Yeah, and he throws it away.
He's like, no, that was not good. And I'm like, what the fuck? They're all masterpieces. I'm like, no wonder. Like, I think he wrote I said, beep. Like all the heavy hitters, he wrote all of them.
Wow.
I'm like, no wonder he
good one.
fucking wrote all these sick ass ones, because he's just volume. And then the ones he don't even like, he throws them to the side. He's only picking.
That's experience too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that trait, how have you visualized?
Teaching it to him.
Yeah, that would resonate with Taika, that he would get it and go like, oh yeah, my life is under my control.
I try to do everything in a way, even as super small right now, in a way where what does the final product look like? And then where do you think we should start? So like he likes to watch all kinds, like one of the guys he likes to watch, what's that guy's name? Mark Rober. You know him?
Oh, yeah.
Like a science guy.
The glitter bomb guy.
Yeah. So he does like science YouTube, but he got big enough where he has his own Netflix show.
Yeah.
So Taika,
Really cool.
Taika likes a bunch of like science shit, and he's just seeing like fire or whatever. And he was like, oh, I want to know how to make a fire without matches. So I was like, okay. I'm like, what do you think we need? And I always try to like not just shove it down his throat. Asian parents are like, I already know how to do it. This is how you do it. Oh, you fucking idiot.
Apply his own logic first.
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. How come you don't know what I've been doing for 40 years? Like, I try not to do that. And I try to like go with them every step of the way. What do you think? And like, and try to help them always come up with the answers.
It gives you time to Google it yourself.
No, there was, because like
ChatGPT.
because I do remember
What do I need to start
Tinder
finding?
and Kindling. I remember those two terms, and I was like, but which one is the starts first? I forgot.
The Flint.
Well, like there's Tinder and Kindling. Like one's like the super small stuff that lights, and then
Right, the stuff that looks like cotton.
yeah, and then it gets to Tinley, and then it gets to like your big pieces. And then so like everything I try to do in question format so that he can come up with the answer himself.
Build those bridges in his mind to get to the answer. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also try to never say no.
Oh.
Yeah, I think like the stuff I would say no to, like when my mom would say no to me, I almost like never say no to him. Like he'll be like, can I duct tape my Nerf gun to my bike? Yeah, let's go do it. Like, what do you think would be the best way to do it?
Dude.
You know, like stuff that my parents would just be like, that just sounds like a mess. No, I don't even want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that he wants to do,
Right.
I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. Let's go do it. Like, what do you think we should do? So I try to let them know that like you can create your own future or vision.
Yeah. And there's always steps to do it.
so
Okay,
true.
that is a good
That's
way to
actually
apply that.
One of the biggest factors of success in children is they did a study of like how parents communicate with their kids.
Yeah.
Poor kids, their parents are authoritative, and then they just say "shut up." No, one words. Rich parents,
Shuts the door.
they explain things and they actually have a conversation. So the kid grows up not fearing, questioning, and being curiosity, like whatever, and then working out things in discussion.
Yeah, like one time Gio comes out because me and Taika were in the kitchen for hella long. He's like, "What are you guys doing there?" I'm like, "Oh, we're boiling ice cubes." She's like, "Wait, what?" And then Taika just had an idea. You want to see how fast ice cubes would melt if it was hot water, right?
He's a scientist.
And
For real.
our parents would be like, waste of water,
Yeah.
waste of propane or gas,
wouldn't even
whatever.
explain it. They
Like,
would just
shut
say
the
no.
fuck up. That's
Yeah.
a
Go sit down.
That's a dangerous
Yeah.
place. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. So we go there, we turn on the stove, and I'm like, he's like, oh, water takes like a long time to boil, huh? I'm like, yeah, that's why the instant noodles don't come like that. And then he gets ice and he throws it there, and he's like, whoa, whoa, because it's like popping, whoa. Yeah, that's fun.
It's all learning moments. That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
It really is a true difference when you have parents that have problems of their own and they're just like, I'm not going to deal with that shit.
Just sit down and read a book or some shit.
Yeah, dude. That's.
I gotta deal with property taxes. Get the fuck out.
Hope you guys like this episode of Bart from the Heart. If you have any other questions that are similar to this that you would like us to answer, put it down in the comments below or also on the Discord if you're a member of our Patreon. Thank you and hope to see you next episode.